So there we are, see? So now we're starting. So this is going to be, part of this is recorded at our Hoffman Road recording studio.
Who are you talking to, Grandpa?
Well, I'm just talking to whoever's listening to this. And so the people that are going to be helping me with this today are James, and he's going to move in here. This is James. Say hello, James.
Hello.
And he's my grandson. And then Cecilia, she's going to lean in so she can see herself in the circle. See? There you go. Say hello, Cecilia.
Hi.
Okay, very good. All right, so we're going to stop. Besides me, there were 9 people who participated in the summer muscle roundup on the 17th of June, 2023. They were Kyle DeLuca from the Akron Zoo, John Zimmerman, retired faculty member of USF, his granddaughter Allison Zimmerman, as well as my former students Addie Gerber, Rob Spice, and Ashley Taylor. Ashley's husband Brian Taylor also helped out. My wife Ellen and our daughter Aggie provided logistical support and took pictures. Now, everything I'm about to say should be taken with a grain of salt. The data need to be quality controlled, and the analyses are preliminary. That said, we encountered 272 live mussels.
Most of them are fat monkeys.
Very good.
Wait, I need to do the silly.
And they constituted about 63% of the total.
Mussels were the second most abundant species, providing one quarter of the live mussels we saw. The only other species for which we found live specimens was the giant flutter.
25 empty dead shells were found. 16 of them were in good condition, meaning that they appeared to be in about the same shape as live specimens, well, other than being, dead and empty. 5 were awfully weathered and had evidently been dead for quite a while. I declare shells like that to be in poor condition. Fair shells are those in the category somewhere in between good and poor. There were 4 shells that I consider to be in fair condition. Taken together, we found evidence for the persistence of 5 of the 6 unionid species I've seen in Crooked Lake since I started working here in 2009. It's not surprising that we didn't find any empty shells of paper pond shells, Utterbachia imbecilis, since they're pretty thin and fragile. But it is a little strange that we didn't see any live specimens this time. In the past, we've usually come up with, at least a few. The wavy-rayed lamp mussel, Lampsillus fasciola, only showed itself in the form of a single dead shell in poor condition. I'm honestly a bit concerned that this species seems to be getting more rare here at Crooked Lake than ever. Let's turn now to size. Since the last roundup, I've investigated the amount of variation that comes with measuring mussel shells. Last fall, I had some first-year biology majors measure and remeasure museum specimens, and the data suggested that shell length is a more reliable gauge of size than either height or width. So this go-round, I had the participants only record lengths for most specimens. The jury's still out on whether we'll continue this practice in the future, but it certainly did speed up the data collection process. However, I find that lacking heights and widths presents unanticipated challenges during the data entry and analysis phases. For example, since there's such a drastic difference between Silicoidea and Subrostrata in terms of their height to length ratios, I can often use those numbers to resolve suspected taxonomic errors. Also, because of characteristic differences in shell shape, it's fairer to compare sizes between species using their volumes as surrogates for weights, Lacking height and width measurements complicates those comparisons. At any rate, Silicoidea specimens ranged from 48.9 to 98.9 millimeters long and averaged 78.9 millimeters. Most individuals fell into the size class ranging between 70 and 80 millimeters long. Say it.
The species of the longest.
Very good.
The giant floater.
Right.
Mean water depth now above Atmos was 37 centimeters.
15 of the tagged Silicoidea we saw this time had also been measured a year ago. On average, they'd grown just shy of a millimeter since June of 2022. Live Silicoidea specimens were found in 37 quadrats of the mussel bed, with the greatest density of 0.244 individuals per square meter occurring toward the southeastern end of the bed. I used the Jolly-Sieber method to estimate Silicoidea's population size based upon tag return data. A quirk of this technique is that you're always a step behind, so the data we collected recently allows me to estimate the population last fall, but not the population now. Anyway, looks like there were about 264 adult Silicoidea last fall, plus or minus a standard error of 76. So, we have another point to plot on our graph. Looks to me like the number of adult Silicoidea has been pretty steady these past few years, running between 200 and 300 since the fall of 2021. That's it for this time. You can look forward to more riveting episodes as time, energy, and the weather allows. Rainy, nasty days are generally good for fooling around with computers and videos like this one. If the weather's nice, however, I fully intend to be out on Crooked Lake rather than sitting at my desk.